Quick banned and restricted announcement because it affects most of the formats. They finally banned Lurrus. Lurrus is a Dream Den companion. Your companion requirement is each permanent in your deck is converted mana cost 2 or less. And once per turn you may cast one of those things from your graveyard. Lurrus has been banned in both Modern and Pioneer. There's also been some pauper bans, but it's no big deal. Right. Lurrus. Finally gone. I mean, it kind of had to happen. It was creating a bit of homogenization, as they say in their own description here. He's basically homogenizing a modern play experience. 31% of online decks started with 4 wins. Due to the data and community feedback and the desire to keep diverse range of card options as possible, in Modern, Lurrus is banned. I eventually 100% agree with that in Modern. Lurrus did homogenize a lot of decks, and there were also just a lot of decks in general that could just play him without the synergy of it. Is it enough for the ban in Modern? I mean, I've been saying it for about, I think, 2 years now, but I really want to see Mishra's Bauble get banned. I genuinely think, for the same reasons they banned Gitaxian Probe, it's a free of, and now that there's more Delirium synergies, particularly with like Dragon Rage Channeler, where you can literally turn 1, make it a free. At least Delver, you had to have a little bit of a setup. And hopefully some luck, but yeah. No, 100% I think it's a great move in Modern. I'm going to be interested to see how the metagame shakes out in the next couple of weeks. I'm expecting Amulet Titan to probably be the deck to beat now. Particularly if a few of the Lurrus decks decide to reconfigure themselves into a slightly longer game with a few more expensive creatures. I believe that could position Amulet Titan to be way more powerful. They also banned it in Pioneer, so let's see what they say about this. Well, considerably less dominant in Pioneer, 20% of the decks. We expect Lurrus metagame will only grow as the pod pool expands. Yeah, it makes sense. Nip it now to keep it fresh, and plus it also, even though they don't acknowledge the secondary market, it also does favours for anyone who might be trying to now unload their Modern decks or try to rejig a deck into Pioneer. Our philosophy of Pioneer is to create a compelling sandbox built from recent standard formats. Pioneer grows over time, blah blah blah. Pick the most effective cards. Yeah, instead of waiting for the critical mass in which Lurrus is problematic, they're going to get rid of it now. This is going to be my point. While Lurrus in Modern and Pioneer, let's see what they say about companions, are large enough for us to act today, the rest of companions are seeing a play rate that is in line with a diverse and healthy metagame. Yeah, basically, Lurrus was the only problem card. I've said that before, as someone who thoroughly enjoys the companion mechanic and loves the restrictions of building around them. 100% Lurrus was a mistake. Companion mechanic itself is not a mistake. I've said it before. There are errors with the mechanic where basically the thing, how to describe it? The fact that Kedora and Gigantha can be played in meta Modern decks that aren't specifically built around these things. For example, the fact that Tron can play Gigantha and that Control can play Kedora, the Cat Beast. I mean, I've said before, there should be small changes to that. For example, I believe that the Cat Beast should be errated to have your deck contains only these creatures and at least 20 creatures or something. To just, because it's clear that was meant for a tribal deck. They will continue to monitor undesirable and repetitive gameplay if changes become necessary. I don't think they will be necessary for any of the other companions. I mean, Yorion 80 card piles are always, they exist, but I'm not sure that they're particularly better or worse off, because I think that if you got rid of Yorion, then you would just literally see these people just shuffle these decks up to 60. And they have the option to do either and it still be good, so I don't think there's an issue there. I don't think Yorion particularly adds too much. And I've said before, Gigantha in my mind, actually hurts some decks. For example, I think there are more optimal builds of Niv Mizzet Reborn in Pioneer, where you don't restrict yourself to only using the single colour cards. Yeah, and I don't want to see companions banned. For example, I've been loving seeing the sprue of Lutri decks that are slowly coming out now. Like, I genuinely believe that none of these are the ones that will be problematic. I mean, we're always going to get the old school players who are like, oh, we need to ban all companions. We then need to unban Splinter Twin and get rid of every card that didn't exist before 2015 so I can play the modern that I want to play. But yeah, we'll always have those players. But no, I don't think we'll see any more further companion bans. Someone will clip this and tell me in like a year when they've all been banned that I was wrong. Pauper, I don't play, so I'm not going to look into that. But yes, so all in all, to summarise, I'm really happy with this banned announcement. I've thrown this together very quickly. But yes, I believe Lurrus should have been banned a while back. Do I think this is going to shake up the metagame? I think it will not shake up the meta percentages, but it will shake up the deck diversity. As in, I believe that there will be certain builds that will incorporate bigger costs. For example, I believe John putting in Liliana, for example, but I still believe that a lot of the meta decks, for example, I think that Hammer Time will just still be the same deck, even without Lurrus. It might hurt its percentages, but I don't think we'll see any diversity in that regard. But yes, let's look forward to the coming days and the shake-up.